What's up guys, it's tech-raccoon back with another video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a 3-month update on the Behringer BH470 headphones. So my brother's been using the Behringer BH470 headphones for about 3 to 4 months now, and he's been using these headphones for mainly music production as well as just listening to music and watching YouTube videos. Now the headphones have definitely been thoroughly used and tested. My brother isn't exactly kind on the things he uses, especially headphones. He throws them around and they definitely usually don't last any more than half a year. But it's been 3 to 4 months so far and they're actually holding up extremely well. So let's talk about firstly the durability and build quality of these headphones over the 3 months. So there are some small scuffs and marks on it, but in general it's completely solid and there's no problems with it. It's very well built in my opinion, these headphones, and that is probably the strongest point of these headphones, because in comparison to other headphones that cost much more, like the Sennheiser HD 280 Pros, these headphones still are able to compete even though they are way cheaper. Now yes, these headphones may not feel as premium and as solidly built as the HD 280 Pros, but they do seem to hold up well in terms of time. I've had them both for about a similar amount of time and they've both held up really well, but only time will be able to tell how long these headphones will last, so I'll give you an update in maybe a year's time or 2 years time. So make sure you're subscribed to stay in tune for that. Everything is still extremely comfortable on these headphones as well. The ear pads and head pads are really nice and comfortable, especially after the 3 months. They've really began to sink into his head properly and just mold around his ears nicely. So they definitely are a lot more comfortable than when he got them, and they just feel really good for the price. And thankfully there's actually been no problems with the cable breaking off at the end at the 3.5mm jack or anything like that, so that's a good point as well. But let's move on to the main part of these headphones, which is the sound quality. So the sound quality in general is actually really good. The highs and mids hold up really well, especially for the $30 Australian price tag. The mids especially are definitely the strongest point on these headphones. The highs are slightly lacking and not as much volume as the mids, but they are still really good, and especially for monitoring audio, you don't get as much sibilance, which can be good. But the biggest disappointment with these headphones is the bass. At a certain hertz level, it just completely cuts off, and it's pretty high up in the hertz compared to my Sennheiser HD 280 Pros. So when I'm listening to some songs, the bass just almost completely cuts off, and it's remarkably quieter than it was on a different note. So they do have a bit of bass roll off there at a certain hertz range, but it isn't that bad to the point where I won't recommend these headphones. For $30 Australian, it's still a really good deal, and for most people it'll be perfectly fine for just listening to music, and especially these headphones will be good for monitoring audio, since when monitoring audio it doesn't really matter if you pick up a load of the bass or not. But I wouldn't recommend these headphones for mixing music, which is what my brother actually uses them for, but now I have been lending him the HD 280 Pros for the final mix, since these just don't cut it. With that bass roll off, these headphones are just not adequate for mixing, but they are pretty much good for everything else, like watching YouTube, listening to music, editing videos, directly monitoring your audio, and anything like that. So yes, these headphones are still a great buy for $32 Australian, but if you are going to be mixing with them, I probably wouldn't go with these. So this has been my longer term review of these headphones. I still think they're an absolute steal for $30, and I definitely recommend picking them up. I will leave some links in the description for you to pick them up. And yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this video, and if you did, drop a like on the video. If you didn't, drop a dislike on the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.